We're very close with our lesbian neighbors. We're very close with our lesbian neighbors. Just the other day we invited them over for dinner. They said they'd prefer to eat out. If we're saying Amen and Awomen now, are we going to start having to sing hymns and hers? How long? This guy sticks his head into a barber shop and asks, "How long before I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around the shop and says, "About 2 hours." The guy leaves. A few days later the same guy sticks his head in the door and asks, "How long before I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around at his shop full of customers and says, "About 2 hours." The guy leaves. A week later the same guy sticks his head in the shop and asks, "How long before I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around the shop and says, "About an hour and a half." The guy leaves. The barber looks over at a friend in the shop and says, "Hey, Bill, follow that guy and see where he goes." In a little while, Bill comes back into the shop laughing hysterically. The barber asks, "Bill, where did that guy go when he left here?" Bill looks at him and says, "To your house." Walter took Ethel to the state fair every year, and every time he would say to her, "Ethel, you know that I'd love to go for a ride in that helicopter." But Ethel would always reply, "I know that, Walter, but that helicopter ride is $50 and $50 is $50. Finally, they went to the fair, and Walter said to Ethel, "Ethel, you know I'm 87 years old now. If I don't ride that helicopter this year, I may never get another chance." Once again Ethel replied, "Walter, you know that helicopter is $50 and $50 is $50. This time the helicopter pilot overheard the couple's conversation and said, "Listen, folks, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take both of you for a ride. If you can both stay quiet for the entire ride and not say a word, I won't charge you. But if you say just one word, it's $50. Walter and Ethel agreed and up they went in the helicopter. The pilot performed all kinds of fancy moves and tricks, but not a word was said by either Walter or Ethel. The pilot did his death-defying tricks over and over again, but still, there wasn't so much as one word said. When they finally landed, the pilot turned to Walter and said, "Wow, I've got to hand it to you. I did everything I could to get you to scream or shout out, but you didn't. I'm really impressed." Walter replied, "Well, to be honest, I almost said something when Ethel fell out, but, you know, $50 is $50. What is the thinnest book in the world? What men know about women. Please smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel.